Hey guys, John from Los Angeles here. It is May 3rd, 2024, and this is a Alpha Channel update, comics, video games, and I'm just going to show you guys some of my drawings. Some of them are better. They're getting better. This one's not great. The eyes are messed up, but I can fix it digitally. I put some ink on this last night. This is really bad. But it's okay. I want you to see how bad it is, because it's going to get better. This one turned out okay. This turned out pretty good. It's not rendered yet. It's just line work. She's got kind of a long neck. And finally, this I'm not too upset with. That's a lot of progress for a few days. I know forms, I know expression, I know gesture. I went to animation school. I've been drawing since I was a little kid. I have a comic book that's garbage from when I was a kid. I have a comic book that's really good from a few years ago that I did with a friend of mine. I did a bunch of the layout and colors. He did the pencils. His name is J.R. Silla, litratoproductions.org or .com. I will put a link in the description. Hands down, the best artist I've ever met, hung out with, talked with, got to be friends with. You guys got to see his work. I will post a link to his site. And yeah, so, and there's another artist that I really want to work with in comics and stuff, if I can find a way to get her to do this. Her name is Violina Purcell, and I will post her link down below as well. And she can draw like a camera. So that was something Neil Adams was complaining about whenever you go watch some of his videos. You can see him say that your style is where you take shortcuts because you're not as good as a camera. It's not fair, and it's not right. As a comic book artist, you shouldn't be trying to be a camera. You are a cartoonist. You are a cartoonist. You may not be doing cartoon faces, or you may be doing more or less of it than other people, but you have to simplify. Women's hands always are drawn different than men's hands. Men's hands look more realistic. If you draw a woman's hands to look realistic, that looks awful. You have to stylize certain things. So yeah, what is my point? My point was Violina draws like a camera. And that's got to be a hard style to simplify for a children's book. When you're accustomed to putting, you know, just like really detailed, almost pixels of color down, that's different than a stroke. And the comic book artists, you know, here's an interesting thing. They used to be able to tell a samurai sword, not the sword itself, but the strike apparently leaves a fingerprint. Depending on how you pull back from the strike, now this is probably nonsense. I suppose you'd have to have a lot of samurai who are really good to be able to tell this level of finesse. But how the cut came out, they could tell which samurai did it. That seems a little far-fetched. But there's an element of truth to that. You can see it in a pen stroke. You can see it in handwriting. Handwriting, you can tell a person's hand. That's how they write. And so that's what cartooning is. Cartooning is how you stylize, how you crush a real mouth into a Fred Flintstone mouth that looks better than that. J. Scott Campbell is the best cartoonist alive working today. He's not a camera perfect artist. He does cartoons. He makes life look better than real life. So does Frank Cho. So does Josh Middleton. So does, I mean, God, all the artists, you know, anyone worth talking about. So, and I'm leaving names out. So, and I can't do that because there's a lot of people I want to compliment. So Violina Purcell and J.R. Silla, I will leave their links in the chat. And I don't have a lot to say today. I'm kind of pressed for time. I didn't get to do my workout yet. Back today. It was arms yesterday. So I've been trying to do that before these, so I look all buffed up, but I didn't get to do that today. Yeah, okay, so quote, movie quote, Young Guns. You gotta test yourself every day, gentlemen. If you don't, they'll catch you. You get slow, and they'll catch you. And that's true. Everything in life is about little improvements you can't even notice over time, and people get frustrated and quit and give up. Today, I don't want to do this video. I have other stuff to do, but I committed to doing this. I'm going to do one a day, just like 10 minutes. Yesterday was long. Today might be a little bit longer. I'll have to cut it down. I still have to do my workout. I got food cooking in the kitchen. But yeah, I'm happy about this. This turned out well. It's a lot better than all that other stuff you've seen so far. I'm happy with this. Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna render this tonight and see if I can't improve it. And oh, so here's the people I have to really compliment. Ethan Van Sciver. I was watching him draw covers last night. Man, that guy can draw. He's so fast. I was doing this. I think he did 4 covers in the time it took me to blue line and ink this. Jimmy Reyes. The guy is so good. Who else was I watching? Jin Lee, Mark Silvestri, all the greats. Just streaming them while I draw. This technology is amazing. I couldn't do this when I was a kid. You guys have no idea how valuable it is to watch and see them. They're doing short strokes. I thought these guys were doing like perfect, all the hair in one long go. My friend Jay, who I mentioned, is a surgeon. Like, he could have been a doctor. His hands are so smooth and so fluid. It's unreal. And that's why digital art is over. AI is already peaked. AI is done. The ISOM book, no, AI is over. You can't use AI in your books anymore. No one will buy it. No, that's why I was working digital for a friend of mine, and I was having trouble because I was zooming in to do straight lines, and the more I zoomed in, the more the Wacom dirtied my line. And it was pixelated, and it looked like pencil on paper, only if it was digital camouflage. It was just awful. So I'll only be able to sell this once in real life, but I'll be able to sell this to a real person as a real thing and not have it be a bullshit digital print. And I need to bring this skill up. And I'm old, you know, like my eyes are going, I have to wear glasses and shit, so I don't have that long to do this. But pro comic book artists, you have some natural talent, yes. And they're kids, yes. But kids learn how to skateboard and kids learn how to draw. And you're not going to tell me that I have all this time on my hands and I can't learn how to do it, that it's going to take me 20 years to learn how to do it. It doesn't take you 20 years to become a professional. It takes you 20 years to become a master of your craft. I don't need to be a master. This can be Johnny the Homicidal Maniac level for all I care. All I need to do is communicate the story and have it look pretty. It doesn't have to look great. Done is better than perfect. And I used to hear the saying, perfect is the enemy of good, but perfect is the enemy of done. And perfect art is never finished, it's eventually abandoned. So I'm not going to abandon this art, I'm just going to do it and put it out and let people talk shit on it. Because it's not about how good it is, it's about whether or not you can see what it is. And you can see what that is. It's a kid on a skateboard. There's a girl with a guitar. You know, I can improve, I can get better at this. And I can put logos on her shirts and, you know, give her nice rendering and a better smile. Yeah, I'll never be Chris Cole, but that's okay. I don't have to be. He did all the work. He's going to be in the comic book. Along with Jamie and the other Jamie and Joa and Brian and Ricky and everybody. Everybody's going to be in the book. So yeah. Thank you guys. I love you all. Test yourself every day. All right. Bye.